Greetings. Have you ever wondered, is there an original tabletop sim game that doesn't suck? Well, oh snap. It is time to play CyberSplicer3D. In this video, I'm going to show you how to play, and you'll see how easy it is to get into and how easy it is to play. But you'll also see how much strategic depth there is. This is an original tabletop sim game that doesn't suck. It's actually good. It has a lot of strategic depth. It's complete. There's a lot of ways to score. There's a lot of directions you can go. There are 3 expansions that you can add to mix and match, and I'll explain those at the end of the video. For now, let's start with the base game. This is a creature spawning and battling dual deck building game. In a typical deck builder, there's one deck that you can purchase upgrades for to add to the deck, to improve it, but in this game, there are actually 2 decks that you can add to. To begin, let's start with the action deck. The action deck contains action cards that have temporary boosts or special abilities on them. For example, this symbol at the bottom represents attack. So this bite card would add +2 attack to your creature temporarily. This dash card has a number in the middle on a blue sticker. That represents speed, so this dash card adds 5 speed. This brace card has a bracket symbol in green at the top, which represents blocking, so this card would block 1 damage. There are also special abilities on these cards. For example, like this defend card. It says take half damage, rounded down, so you do just that. Next is the creature deck. The creature deck contains stat cards or DNA cards that will add together to produce the stats of your creature. This is all done automatically on tabletop sims, so you will never really need to do this, but this is just for your knowledge. To demonstrate, I'm going to deal out an example creature. Every creature will have exactly 4 cards, and this will be done automatically. On the action cards, there were 3 different values that were possible: plus symbols, which were attack, a number in the middle, which was speed, and bracket symbol, which represented blocking. So on the creature cards, they mean exactly the same thing. When you tally up the plus symbols, you will get the value of attack. When you add up the values in the middle, that will add to the speed. The number above the bracket symbol will add to the creature's health. Every creature does start with 4 health. Now that our creature is done, you can see what it is. It's a muscular creature with tusks, high energy, and a long tail, and these are the stats that were produced. Okay, now to set up the game, you just click a start button. We're going to start with the base game, but you could start with just the virus expansion, start with just the gold expansion, start with the arena expansion, or use manual setup to mix and match expansions however you wish. But we're going to start with the base game. As you see, it immediately shuffles everything, discards everything that's not necessary, and deals out the purchase row. This purchase row shows 6 cards that are available for purchase, and you can see on the bottom sticker, there is a number which represents how much it's worth. There are 3 different colored upgrades that you can get: blue, red, and green, and I'll explain why those are important later. Both players start off with 4 gold to spend. And as you see, the game automatically chooses a first player. The first player gets to purchase first. As an example, if this player was chosen to go first, they could use their 4 gold to spend to purchase either the ambush card, the armored card, the confused card, or the aquatic card, because that is what they could afford. Or they could have saved their gold. For now, we're going to choose to buy that confused card, which says the opponent discards 1 card, and their hand limit is now 1 card less for the rest of the battle. That sounds pretty good, so I'm going to purchase it. All I have to do is just drop it on my scanner, and it automatically does the things necessary. It takes away the proper amount of gold, it replenishes the purchase row, and it gives you a token. These tokens are reference tokens, which relate to the color of the upgrade that you just purchased. So since I just purchased a red upgrade, I will get a red reference token. I again will explain why those are important later. The other player gets to purchase now, and they're going to choose to buy that armored card, which is a value of 3, so they will purchase it. And again, the row was replenished, the amount of gold was taken away, and they received a green token because they bought a green upgrade. I will explain that later. Don't forget that at the start of the game there is a mulliganing system for this creature deck. If the creature deck has 3 or 4 health cards in a row, you may reshuffle until that's not the case. So for example, this right now has 3 health cards in a row. The upright, muscular, and furry cards are all in a row. So I may mulligan this until it is proper. So I will. So now it is fixed, there are no 3 or 4 health cards in a row. It's balanced. So after the purchasing phase is the upgrading phase. First we'll start with upgrading action cards. The action deck has 12 cards in it and will always have 12 cards in it. So if you wish to put a new card in, you have to take a card out and eliminate it from the game entirely. So to make room for this confuse card, I will choose one of these cards to remove, say this dash card, and eliminate it from the game entirely. Just throw it away. Throw it away anywhere, doesn't matter. Then put in the new card and you can shuffle. To upgrade a creature summon card is a little bit different than an action card. The creature deck will always have 9 cards. And this deck is only shuffled once at the beginning of the game and never again throughout the whole rest of the game. So this order must stay in place. So, to take this card to upgrade your deck, you must choose which card you wish to replace. And it could be any card. So as an example, I wish to remove this high energy card and put this armored card in its place. So I do so by putting this armored card right next to it and removing the high energy card to keep the order of the cards the same. This is vital that this deck is never shuffled and is always kept in the same order. Again, this card is removed from the game entirely. Next is the summoning phase. It's as easy as clicking a button. Each player needs to click their summon creature button and it automatically is dispensed and the stats are automatically calculated. Once both players do so, battling begins. Before we start battling, let me explain element cards. Both players have 3 element cards in their basic deck. There's water, fire, and earth. And there's also 3 upgrade cards of the same name. These work slightly different than normal action cards. Here's how element cards work. The first time you play an element card in battle, your creature now has transformed into that type, and you place it in the element slot. You of course may play other element cards after that, but you can only become the first type you play. When you become that type, you gain that special ability of immunity. That means if somebody plays the element type that you are immune to, the boost that that card would do does not affect you. Also, element cards are needed for a type of scoring. There are bonus points that you can get called combos. When you become a particular element type, any colored upgrade cards that match that type's color will score you a bonus point. So in this situation, this card gave me 1 combo bonus point because I became Earth. If on a future turn I play an action card that matches the type that I am, I will also score a bonus point. That is how comboing works. Comboing only occurs when your creature is transformed. If your creature has not transformed, you will never score bonus points. But as soon as you do, those cards will score. Okay, so now the battling can begin. Both players shuffle up their action decks and deal to themselves 3, because the hand limit is 3. After that, both players choose 1 card to play and place it face down in front of them. This player on this side will choose to play this confused card, and this player will choose to play their Earth card because they know they will score a bonus point if they do. Since this creature is faster, this player will reveal and resolve first. The only time this player would reveal would be if it were blocking or boosting speed in any way. And since it's not, they keep it face down. This player played the Confuse card, which has an asterisk at the top. Any card that has an asterisk at the top is called a Lasting Effect card. These cards are never discarded until the end of the battle, and they just stay out on the table and they continue to grant only the special ability that is in the text box. So, first, the special ability says the opponent discards 1 card, and their hand limit is now 1 card less for the rest of the battle. They do so this player will choose to discard their Brace card. Since this card had no boosts on it, their creature will just do base damage to the opponents, so the opponent would subtract 5 from their health. Now, the opponent reveals and resolves, and they show their Earth card. Since this was the first element card they played, it goes in the element slot and they have transformed permanently for the rest of the battle. And of course, since they have a green upgrade card on the board, they will score a combo bonus point. To calculate the damage they did, they add their base attack, with the boost that they played from their Earth card. So that was a total of 5 damage, and the opponent subtracts. After that, both players draw back up to their hand limit, and remembering that this lasting effect card affects this opponent's hand limit, they just draw 1. The next turn begins, and each player chooses a card to play face down again. Now this player will choose to play their fire card because they know that they will score a bonus point because that confuse card is up on the board, so they will. This player knows that they're slower than the other creature, but if they were faster they would deal a killing blow, so they choose to play their dash card face down. Normally, this player would be going first, but since the opponent played a speed boost card, they reveal first and add their bonus, which would equal 8. In a tie situation, the person with the lowest health goes first. So this player still goes first and reveals a fire card, which adds bonus damage because of the earth element type that their opponent is. So they will deal 5 damage plus 2 damage to the opponent, and they do. Now that this player has become fire, they will score a bonus point for matching red with fire. Now the opponent goes, deals 4 damage, which is a killing blow, winning the battle. Now is the cleanup phase, so both players reassemble their action decks. After that, both players click Clear Values, which will recycle their creature decks. The winner of the duel will then push their winner button. This will bring a win token to their bag, add 6 gold for their win, and the opponent will get 5 gold for their lose. The opponent gets the benefit of purchasing first next round. That is how a typical round of this game works. After 9 rounds, the game is over. Now I'm going to explain how endgame scoring works. If you remember, every time you purchase an upgrade, you get a reference token matching the color of the upgrade you just purchased. At the end of the game, these will score in sets. For every set of red, green, and blue, you will score 8 points for each. So these 2 sets of red, blue, and green will get you 8 points each. For every set of 6 of a kind, you will score 14 points. And as you can see, sets can build off other sets. You will also score 2 points for every win token you have acquired. So this player gets 12 points for their 6 win tokens. You will score 1 point for each 2 gold remaining, so this player scores nothing. And you will score 1 victory point for each combo bonus point scored. So this player's final score is 44. The opponent does the same thing and scores 8 points for this set of red, blue, and green. And for this 2 sets of 4, they will score 12 points. This is all listed on the score reference sheet. They score 8 points for their combo bonus points. They score 1 point because they have 2 gold remaining. And they score 2 points for each win token, which tallies up to 6. So this player's final score is 35, and they are the loser. This player wins the game. Lastly, I'll explain how the expansions work. In the virus expansion, you'll be getting 15 cards that you'll be adding to your upgrade deck. And every time that you purchase a purple upgrade card, you'll get a purple reference token. These tokens are used as wilds for endgame scoring. So I could use this purple token to complete this set of red, blue, and green. But for every purple token you have, you will score -2 points. The gold expansion also adds 15 new cards that you can add to your upgrade deck. And every time you purchase a gold card, you'll get a gold reference token that can be used. Gold tokens are used for when you cannot afford a particular card that you wish to buy. So for example, I only have 6 gold and I wish to purchase that Retaliate card, which costs 7. So I can use this gold token to be able to afford that Retaliate card. So I would take this token and use it, add 1 gold, and now I can afford that card. Used gold tokens are worth points. In sets of 2, they're worth 4 points. By themselves, they're worth 1. Any unused gold tokens at the end of the game score nothing. And the last expansion you can play with is the Arena expansion. The Arena expansion contains 9 arenas that add special rules and special abilities and special ways to score throughout the game. When you start with the Arena expansion, they will be dealt 3 randomized arenas. You may look at these arenas to plan ahead. For the first round, the first arena is active. During the cleanup phase, you will cycle to the next arena, and then to the next, and then back to the start again, repeating until the game is over. And that is how you play CyberSplicer 3D. I genuinely hope that you like it. I put a lot of effort and a lot of heart into this game. I worked super hard on scripting it. I worked super hard on balancing it. I play tested it hundreds of times. I am so pleased. I hope that you enjoy it. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, please let me know. Don't be bashful. Also, if you ever want to play, contact me. Thanks so much, guys.